this is Patrick Clark from Meridios, and this is our second edition of Meridios U, and I have invited the Thelma and Louise, or so to speak, of healthcare to join me today, and we're going to talk over several questions here. I have Angela Hunsberger, and she is the senior healthcare consultant, and I could go on with a bunch of other stuff. She's pretty awesome, and I have a bunch of caricatures of her over time, so I could change the maturation of Angela over time. And I have Lorie Richardson. She is a nurse, correct? Yeah.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. Okay, and they both work for Hayes Consulting. And but GE looks like some Epic and some. It looks like you do just about everything between the two of you. So I'm really excited to have you guys on the show, and I think we're going to get some just some good stuff that hopefully we can share with everybody who my huge audience of Meridios U, which I think is my mom at this point. But she's really dedicated. She will watch this completely. Yeah. So with that said, let's get started. First question that sort of came to my mind, and Angela, I think I'm throwing this your way, but we'll see. Maybe Lori's got some stuff for this. Maybe give me the top 3 things that you think can make a project a success.
Okay, well, I think one of the very most important things is the timing of the project. Especially when we talk about optimization, you want to make sure that you're past the implementation stage and where users already have accepted the system, and then they start asking for shortcuts or a better way to do things. And that's really the sweet spot to start an optimization project. You also want to make sure to plan your project around peak patient times. For example, right now we're getting into flu season.
Yeah.
So, you're going to be bringing in a lot more patients. Is that, a really appropriate time to do, this type of a project? Yeah. Also being end of year and holidays, you have staff vacations. You even have patient scheduling because they're having time off or even trying to meet their end of the year deductibles. So with right now, with the flu season and all of that, you might be seeing more patients. Also, you want to not just look at, your optimization project right now, but also as you're rolling it out, your timeline for that too. What other competing projects are you working on, such as meaningful use and other competing projects? So I think timing is definitely the first thing to look at. The second is also a realistic timeline. A lot of people set aggressive go-live schedules. For example, Lorie and I just worked with an office where they wanted to roll out 5 EMRs offices per week with only 3 analysts. So, that's an aggressive.
Oh, did I laugh? Was I not supposed to laugh? Okay. Well, no, I'll go back.
All the acquisitions and, rapid growth. What happens when you set such a rapid timeline is that maybe you might miss some of those goals if you don't meet them on time. It kind of sets the tone for the rest of the project. So a realistic timeline is super important. Also, you want to make sure you have a project manager. You got to have somebody keeping, all those moving pieces and parts together. You need someone strong who's going to push the project through, who is going to, make sure there's accountability for the tasks assigned, and issue tracking and follow-up, and also to make sure you stay within scope and in budget.
Yeah.
Those are the three things I would say are most important in a project.
Yeah, you had mentioned timing is that first element. One thing that occurred to me, and you had said, off of based on you have the EMR in place and you're actually kind of using it, and that's when optimization really starts to kick in. How long do you really find that people typically will have an EHR in place before they start going, we should be doing something better, or we should be improving? Do you find that time? I mean, is that 6 months? Is that a year? Is that 2 years? Is it different for everybody, do you think?
I think it depends on the organization size. Lorie, did you want to comment on that?
Yeah, I think that for most organizations that we see, it's too long. We've done a couple of presentations at Chug where we use the analogy of a car, and, you wouldn't drive your car for, 2 years without getting the oil changed and rotating the tires and those sort of things. And so, your EMR is really the same. I mean, even just to have a system assessment or have a quick checkup to make sure that things are working properly in the system or that your build. One of the things that we see a lot is, especially for new implementations, once they get to the optimization, is that they do their build build, and we always use the saying, they really don't know what they don't know. So when they're building, they're not familiar with the system enough to really know some of the workarounds and some of those things. And so they go for years without actually getting the bells and whistles training or adding some of the functionality that will really help propel them to the next level with inside the EMR. So for most of our clients, we'll say that they actually usually wait too late. You really should every 1 or 2 years have an independent set of eyes come and kind of do an overview or a checkup, if you will, just like we do with our patients. We don't let our patients go a year without a wellness check, and our system shouldn't either. So
yeah, that's good. Good. Thank you, Lorie. That was really good.